Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the In Good Company podcast. I'm here today with the talented, the beautiful, the future Academy Award-winning actress. Tova is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Clap for yourself, Tova. So, Tova, before we get into your backstory, we should probably let the audience know a little bit about how we met.
Okay.
Which was 2.5 years ago, I want to say. Almost. Roughly.
I have no concept of time, so I'm glad you remember.
2.5 years ago, I'm pretty sure, in acting class. And we just kind of kept in touch and became good friends, right? So
yes, you actually stalked me.
I didn't stalk. I would say keeping in touch. I would say keeping in touch. I was like, oh, she seems cool. We should be friends. But since then, we've been, pretty much hanging out and continuing our friendship. So we have a good time together, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I mean, cocktails and good food.
Good food. And we always have the best waiters and waitresses, I have to say. I think it's just, not to brag, but...
But it's true.
It's kind of just
you picked some pretty,
some
nice
pretty good
places.
So what can I say?
Which is why we hang out.
Which is
awesome people
do awesome things.
Other awesome people.
Yes, and have awesome experiences. So, Tova, I guess the most important question we should probably get started with is, how was your life before you met me? And then we'll get into...
It was mediocre.
Mediocre.
And then you came into my life,
yes.
And then I discovered the cocktail.
You discovered the cocktail.
The cocktail.
I'm a cocktail connoisseur, for those of you who don't know. I am an aficionado. But
really, I can't do wine and I can't do beer. And
yes.
Mara,
we talked
who
about
I will do beer and wine with.
Yes.
I've just become this whole new person because of the cocktail.
Because of the cocktail.
There's a little jealousy there. A little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We'll save that for off air. But in all seriousness, Tova, I know this, but just talk a little bit about your background. You grew up in St. Croix, right?
St. Croix.
And then you moved to New Jersey.
To Jersey City.
To Jersey City at the age of, I want to say 10. Okay, all right. So how was that transition?
All right. Well, I mean, obviously, St. Croix, that's the U.S. Virgin Islands, for all you people that don't know, is really just a stunning island.
Yeah.
I can't say enough. The food, everything, the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really who I am.
Sure.
But at the same time, I was really excited about discovering this whole new place and speaking American.
Okay.
I say this in quotation marks.
You can't see, but they're quotations.
Yeah. And I really practiced my American accent.
Really?
I did.
I wouldn't even, all the times we hung out, I didn't pick up any sort of,
Some people can.
Really?
It's really something that I've had a couple of people say, your accent just came out.
Really?
I can't detect it.
Okay.
I mean, I know that I don't really sound like the typical American that grew up here in this area, or, but yeah, it's been detected.
Wow. So
I'm not sure which words but yeah.
That was going to be my follow-up question. How does that make you feel, like when someone says, I can kind of detect your accent?
Actually, I feel really good that I haven't completely lost it.
Gotcha.
So it's still, I'm a Crusian. That's a local in St. Croix.
Okay.
A Crusian, like the Crusian rum.
Sure.
So that's what we're called.
Okay.
And so, I still have the accent at home. It comes out.
Oh,
and
really?
It's strong. But I didn't think it came out like when I'm, speaking in, American. But yeah, I'm glad. I still have it.
So Tova, I guess along those lines, how was it blending in socially when you moved to the States, or to Jersey, not the States?
I think it was pretty easy. It was pretty natural, being that I was so young.
Yeah. And
kids generally it's pretty easy for kids to become friends.
Okay.
Having said that, let me tell you about my first, it was my first experience starting a new school.
Go for it.
It's snowing.
Okay.
And I go to school.
Yeah.
And I'm walking, it's after school, I'm walking home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking by myself. I haven't made any friends.
Okay.
and there's this group of kids behind me, probably, I think it might have been 5 or 6 kids.
Okay.
So it seemed like a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking, and I hear them making fun of me, and then they started throwing snowballs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're attacking me with snowballs, and it wasn't like in a fun way, hey, let's play. It was, they were ready to like, beat me up.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to keep calm because clearly I was this like skinny little scrawny kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't go up against 5 or 6 kids.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, mind you.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just like kept my cool.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up my speed, and I made it home.
Okay. Safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
Snowball free.
Yeah. It was really something. I mean, you think back, kids are cool, but kids do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
But it happens.
But kids are pretty crappy.
Yeah.
They can be really crappy.
We will save that topic for a different podcast. But
I have a lot to say.
But I guess just moving on from there, Tova, obviously you grew up in when did you become aware that you wanted to be an actress?
I was 9.
Okay.
And it was actually I moved to Jersey City. I was 9 turning 10.
Okay.
It was just a few months.
Sure.
So, no, I was 10 years old. 10.
Okay.
So when we first moved, we stayed with my mother's friend while she looked for an apartment. Mm-hmm. And so back then, and I won't say my age, but the information I'm about to disclose will probably give away my age. But anyway, so the guy, back then, people sold encyclopedias. Like they went to your house and they sold encyclopedias. Mm-hmm. And so they had the demonstration. And so this guy, said hello to me. And I remember him being really tall and pleasant. Mm-hmm. And so he was saying hello, and he asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said, well, I'd like to be an actress. Yeah. And he said, well, then that's what you should do.
Wow.
And so I never, ever forgot that. Mm-hmm. But life happened.
Yes.
And I just never thought that I was even capable of becoming an actress.
Wow.
But it was the first thing I didn't have to give it any thought. Mm-hmm. It just came out. Yeah. Yeah. And I just always loved TV. I still do. Yeah. And so when I was 15, my ex-sister-in-law asked me what I wanted to be. Yeah. And I told her I wanted to be an actress. And so she laughed at me. Really? And so at 15, it's
kind of devastating.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she realized what she had done, and she laughed. Yeah. After saying the words. Mm-hmm. And so in my 15-year-old mind, I thought, oh, well, maybe I'm not special enough to be an actress. Only special people can, can be actors and actresses. So then, when 4 years ago, I decided it's now or never. Yeah. And so I started, taking the steps. Yeah. Yeah. Taking some classes and getting my headshot. And
how did you overcome that fear, Tova? Because a lot of people, obviously, they hit a breaking point where they're just like, I'm just going to go for it. But like, I guess what triggered that? What inspired you to say, you know what, just forget it. I'm just going to do it. Like, what was it? What was the impetus behind that liberation, I guess?
I think every job that I ever had, I was so unhappy. Yes. I mean, sometimes I liked, my job, whatever it was I was, I was doing at the time. Yeah. But just in general, I never was happy in any job completely. Yeah. And so when you're not happy, there's something wrong. Yeah. And it didn't even occur to me that even as an adult, even after knowing at 9 years old and saying the same thing at 15, when I became an adult, it just never entered my mind. Sure. So I just kind of went on about my life. But every job I had, I just didn't do well. I wasn't happy. Yeah. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. Okay. And so 4 years ago, I started to think about it. And I remember my brother saying to me, they're looking for actors. It was in a newspaper. Okay. But it was one of those agencies that wants your money. But it was surprising to me that he said it, and that was what really said to me, okay, you have to do something, like physically get out there and do something and start making some decisions.
Right. So I guess, Tova, along those lines, kind of, what would you define as a big break? Like now I feel like it's different with social media. Some people blow up on Instagram, some people blow up on YouTube. What would you define as being successful in today's acting world?
For me?
Yeah, for you.
For me personally, success is, one, doing something that you truly, truly love.
Agreed.
I think in any capacity.
Yep.
And really working towards it.
Yeah.
So that's how I measure success.
Okay.
So whether it be, I don't know, just being in front of the camera, even with no lines, I think that's success, because you have to get up every day and you have to go out there and do it.
Yep. I agree.
Money is great, but I've just never been a money person, so I don't necessarily equate money with success. I think for me it's more happiness and each day doing something that will get me closer and closer to really just getting up every day and doing what I love. Yeah.
No, I hear you. I agree with that 100%. So like we all know, there's always roadblocks to success and people that get in your way sometimes. And something that I've noticed is that big screen actors and actresses are like migrating to the small screen. I remember like growing up, there used to be a clear distinction between movie stars and TV stars. Now you have like Jennifer Lopez, Viola Davis, Kerry Washington, all sort of, going to these hit shows on these network television shows. So how do you feel about that? Is that like encouraging or discouraging? Because like you're out here getting up working towards your big break, but it doesn't take a lot of effort for some of these other big stars to come in and like look at a script and then get a starring role on a hit TV show.
I used to think that way years ago.
Okay.
Like if I saw, the first time I saw a big screen, like a movie star doing a commercial, I thought, what's happening? Why is this big name doing a commercial? But it's not so uncommon. Because many years ago, you had big movie stars doing TV, TV commercials and starring in TV shows. Yeah. So it's not really that uncommon.
Okay.
But yeah, I get what you're saying about, there was, there's that clear...
Yeah. There's like Brad Pitt and then there's, some other actor.
Right. There is that clear distinction. Brad Pitt's a movie star.
Yes.
He's never done TV.
No.
Not that I know of. But I think whether it's a small screen or the big screen, if you have a really good script and a really good story, I don't think it really makes a difference if you're doing it on the big screen or on the small screen. Okay. So I think if a role is really good, why would you turn it down simply because it's on TV? Right. And there's also so much, there's a lot of competition. It's not what it used to be many years ago. Okay. I don't think. Okay. You have people that are on reality shows becoming mega stars. Yeah. So there's almost that I feel like there's a competition for work. Yeah. Because they too want to be stars. Yes. They want to be actors without having put in the work. Yeah. How does that make you feel? Well, be honest. I've heard people say that their job is different, but not really. I don't think it is. You're in front of a camera. You may not have like an actual story to tell or a script. Like say, someone that's on a TV show. But you still want to become a star. You still want... Yeah. You want the work. You want all those things. Yeah. Am I making any sense? Yes, very much so. I think movie stars and actors should be that.
Okay.
And I think reality television people should remain that.
Yeah.
But when you get into that and then someone says, oh, you can be an actress without the work.
Yeah. Doesn't really work
I can't,
like that.
yeah.
No, I agree. So I remember, Tova, we've had these conversations where you just run into, pretty famous actors and actresses on the TV shows that you do a lot of work for.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever been starstruck?
I have.
Yeah. By who?
Well, when I worked on The Good Wife, I saw the cast.
Okay.
Like I was walking around the corner, and I just saw the cast, and because I love the show.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's such a well-written show, and I saw them, and I was just like, I lost my breath for a moment.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Yeah.
And so I was standing there trying to not look creepy. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been other times. Another time I was standing next to Clive Owen. And it was
You never
in Grand
told me the
Central.
story?
Really?
No.
It was really, kind of cute. For me, I think it's cute.
Okay.
So you have a bunch of people. You have all the production people, and we're in Grand Central, and it's being filmed on the platform.
Okay.
So we're waiting for the scene to start so that we can go down the stairs.
Okay.
I happened to be standing next to him, but I didn't know. He's tall.
Okay.
And so when I moved, I wasn't really paying attention until I heard the voice. I have pretty good voice recognition.
Yes.
And so, yes, I heard his voice. And I thought to myself, Clive Owen? So I turned, and I had to follow his height all the way up. And it was him, and I thought, oh my God, I'm standing next to Clive Owen. Yes, and
Yeah?
because I like him as an actor as well.
Yeah.
And so I don't know him as a person, obviously, but I like his work.
Yeah. And so, Tova, I know, just sort of along those lines, you booked a lot of work if you started 4 years ago. So you've done Blue Bloods, you were in Trainwreck, right? Trainwreck.
And I saw your favorite basketball player.
LeBron James,
Yes.
Everyone knows I am obsessed with LeBron James.
Had I known at the time, I would have just tackled him.
You should have got an autograph or something.
I would have forget autographs. I would have tackled him, and I would have done a selfie.
And sent it to him. It would have been
and sent it to you.
I would have been so jealous. Probably would have sent some
What you do for friends.
But yeah, you get pretty big bookings for you to only be working professionally for the past 4 years. So I guess that keeps you going.
It does keep me going, and it pays my bills.
Yeah, and it pays your bills.
Yes. And I really love it because I get to see my friends, and I get to be on a set and experience all these different things that happen.
Yeah.
And that they have to do to make a show. Mm-hmm. So what you see, obviously you see the end product.
Yes.
But when I'm watching the show, I think, oh, over there is,
Can you enjoy it?
Actually, yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If the story is really good, you forget about everything else, and you just enjoy the story.
Okay. Gotcha.
If you have really good actors, a good story, yeah, you don't think about it. You don't think about all the other stuff.
Gotcha. So, Tova, what's your next step in terms of your career? Where do you project yourself being in 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
That's like the magic number, right?
It is. I measure my life in 5
5 years?
I don't know.
Just in general, why do people say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? How about 3 years? Because 5 years is...
It's a little distant?
Yeah, it is. But anyway,
yeah.
That's a whole other... That's another time.
Yeah.
5 years? Oh, my goodness. I would love to be on stage. Maybe not Broadway.
Okay.
That's...
Oh, we talked about this.
Yes.
Because I said you should do a one-woman show.
I know.
Yes.
You write it, I'll do it. I'm no writer. But I think it would be fun. But I would like to be on stage because I think for me stage is raw.
Okay.
And if you mess up, you mess up. You can't say cut and then you get to redo it.
Yeah.
You just move on and
okay.
you just kind of handle it the best that you possibly can.
Yeah.
But stage there's nothing like stage.
Okay. Well, we all know to look for Tova in 3.5 years from now on stage in her one-woman show.
I'll produce Erin is going to write.
I'll produce. We'll find writers, and you can do the acting, obviously. So Tova, acting is notorious for being full of rejection, as in any, I think, profession in the arts. So how do you get over that? Because it's always sort of like, not a door slamming in your face, and I never auditioned, so I don't know. But this is just what I'm hearing from different artists. How do you get over that? I would kill my confidence.
You have to just get over it.
Okay.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But you can't hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't obsess about why you didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like anything else, if you're not chosen,
mm-hmm.
You can go through the list of why you weren't chosen.
Yeah.
You'll never know, because they'll never tell you why.
Really?
No.
Okay.
They're not going to sit you down. They don't coddle you. You don't get coddled and get a reason why. But you just have to take it as a learning experience. I know it sounds like a cliche.
Yeah.
But you really do. And you have to, you put yourself out there, one.
Okay.
And that's a hard thing to do.
Very much so.
Putting yourself out there to possibly get rejected.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun.
Okay.
It's fun. And each time you audition, I think you get better and you do better.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I think it's all around good.
Okay.
And if you're rejected, oh well.
So what?
Yeah, so what? One.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
So Tova, what has been your best and worst auditions? If you could pick two that you are willing to share, what has been your best audition and what has been your worst?
Well, it was actually the same audition.
Oh, really?
That I did twice.
Okay.
And it was my first audition, and I got I saw the posting and I submitted, mm-hmm. and but I didn't realize I was submitting. I didn't realize it was an audition because I wasn't reading it. Because I often do that, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
So I get a response saying, giving me an audition time. I thought, what is this? I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I wrote back, thank you for picking me, but I didn't actually...
Yeah.
I didn't submit for an audition, but thank you.
Yeah.
And it was a no reply email, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And so it didn't go, and I'm like, what is going on? So I was resending it, and it just wasn't going, and then I realized that it was a no reply email. And so I thought, all right, I'll just do it, because what the heck?
Yeah.
And so I went in,
mm-hmm.
and I prepared myself.
Okay. Okay.
And so I went in thinking that I was going to have someone else there to audition with. I was auditioning for the role of an editor, a newspaper editor, and then I thought the guy was going to be there.
Yeah.
It turned out that it didn't work out like that at all.
Okay.
And so I get there, and first of all, I am dripping.
Okay.
My clothes are soaked because I'm so nervous. My hands are cold and clammy.
Okay.
And I kept wiping my hands,
mm-hmm.
and I was dripping.
Wow.
I was dripping, and I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to calm myself down, which didn't work. So now I'm, you have tons of people auditioning.
Okay.
So now it's my turn. And she looked at me, she said, are you ready? And I said, I don't think so. So she said, okay, you take your, you just sit there. And she could see the sweat. And so I thought, oh my God, she's so nice for doing this. Yeah. So I made myself the last person.
Okay.
So I go in,
mm-hmm.
and there are 3 people.
All right.
And so I start reading, but I get nervous and I forget. So then she said, she thought I didn't study my lines. And I said, I swear I studied my lines. I really did.
Yeah.
So then she said, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to be the other character.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up having to look at my notes, which I shouldn't have had to look at my notes, but I did. Mm-hmm. And she was really nice, and she was so helpful. She said, I've been in your shoes, and mm-hmm. I want you to be successful. And I thought, wow, this is so great. So it was over.
Yeah.
Then I got a call back, but not for the original role, but mm-hmm. for another role.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fine. I went in, I got there extra early, and I sat and I made myself just calm down.
Yeah.
And then the patient was there, and we auditioned together, and it was great.
Wow.
And I ended up getting the role.
Okay. Wait, what did we talk about this?
It was a doctor for a doctor.
Okay.
I mean, it was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But yeah.
Wow.
You have to force yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And naturally, I'm a nervous person.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can relate to that, though.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, it's something about creative types that are just a bit more
nervous and
anxious, like a little bit more anxious than the
I'm very
person.
anxious. Yeah. I can be very anxious. I just wish I didn't sweat so much. I would be okay with being nervous and anxious and you name it if I didn't sweat so much. But anyway.
So Tova, who do you look up to in terms of an actress? Who is like, I need to follow that lady's career path, or I just want her career. Like, who is that person for you?
Wow. That's a tough one. Because I generally don't look up to people that I don't know personally.
Okay.
But in terms, I like Viola Davis. I think she's whenever
dope.
I see her,
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do. I mean, there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Scott.
She's good. Very underrated as an actress, I think. Very much.
And she's a great singer, too.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. She's underrated as an actress.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I mean, God, there's so many.
Yeah.
But those two come to mind immediately.
Gotcha. Well, did you have fun, Tova?
I did.
Have
That's
a good
it.
time? We'll go out for drinks sometime next week, so we can like talk about all the off-air stuff.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I can talk and just keep talking.
I enjoyed you. You truly are good company, Tova. You're
Thank you.
an inspiration to me for many reasons. So I really enjoyed this podcast.
This was fun.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, absolutely. Of course.
You're not lying to me?
No.
You're not just saying that to be nice?
No. Absolutely. No, this was fun. I'm glad I came.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned.
You're Erin, and you're awesome, so I would, of course.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but...
Brag.
We are pretty dope. So stay
dope.
tuned for more Erin and Tova, or Tova and Erin, I should say, projects in the future. I feel like some big things are coming, Tova. So,
I hope so.
2016 and beyond.
Yeah. Future producer of the One Woman Show.
Academy Awards coming up. Oh, by the way, are you going to watch that? I think I asked you this over dinner.
I will.
Okay.
Because it's Chris Rock, and I know he's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you know people are going to want to watch it because of all that's happened, all that's been talked about.
Let me get your take on that.
So,
yeah.
So white.
That's something we can talk about.
I guess it's really hard because, oh my God, it's really a sensitive.
It is.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in their shoes,
mm-hmm.
but I think you have to be really good to be nominated.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not good.
No,
that's not what I'm saying at all.
Of course.
But there's a lot of politics involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really, there's politics in everything.
Yeah.
But you're gonna tell me that there's not one black actor, actress, that wasn't good enough to be nominated?
Yeah.
That's really questionable.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it is. Geez, but it's.
Do you think it'll change?
It's a crappy. Do I think it will change?
Yeah.
It's going to have to now.
You think so? You're a lot more positive.
Well, I'm pretty cynical myself. I noticed I didn't say yes, it's going to. I said it's going to have to.
Yeah.
Because of what happened this year.
Mm.
But you don't want to nominate someone because there was an uproar. You want to be nominated because your work was so damn good that it was worthy of a nomination and a win.
Yeah. That's what I fear.
Or a win.
Yeah.
You have a lot of good white actors that weren't nominated, but I get that you have a lot of white faces, and only white faces were nominated.
Yeah.
So I have a problem with that.
I don't know. I just feel like we go through this cycle every 3.5, 4 years. It's just like they'll nominate. It'll be like a minority year for like
Right.
for like the Oscars or the Golden Globes.
It was just like the year of black movies.
Yes, exactly.
And I hate to say that, black movies. Why can't we just say movies?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But, I mean, we live in America, so that's always an issue. But I feel like it's a cycle, Like, they'll nominate black movies for,
Right.
1 year, and then next year will be all white, and then next year will be all white, and then it'll be black. You know what I mean? So I just kind of feel like it's just part of the cycle.
You're right. Mm-hmm. You're actually right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the year of black movies. Do people say year of white movies? Because we know how that goes.
Yeah.
Because you usually have all white movies. I'm probably getting myself in trouble right now by saying all these things, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. So we'll see. Time will tell.
You have people that you say you're black and it's like, oh, because that's happened to me.
Really? Oh yeah, we have talked about this.
Right. Mm-hmm. So there's that fear of crap.
Yeah. Does that affect? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Does that affect how you choose what you go after?
No. I do sometimes worry.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah.
Not often, but sometimes it hits, it'll occur to me, well, maybe, like I submitted for something, and in my picture I was a bit tanned. And I think it was because it was a selfie, and it was the photo, and it wasn't even my skin that was so tanned.
Okay.
But I was told, when you lose your tan...
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So should I have taken that? Should I have been, like... I was really sensitive to it for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because the color of my skin affected me getting a job.
Wow.
So I felt kind of... I was bummed out.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, for a few days, it kept hitting me and hitting me and hitting me.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you get over it, right?
Yeah.
You move on.
But it
sucks.
It does.
Yeah. It just makes you feel...
What, back in the 1920s, they didn't have black people, or even light-skinned black people going to bars?
Yeah.
In Harlem?
It's crazy, man. It's something that we have to work on as a society. I don't know if we'll ever get
work
there.
on. Oh, Lord. Just do it.
Yeah. But we'll have you back for another We'll talk about race relation issues with Tova in another podcast. But thank you again, Tova. I hope you had a good time.
I did.
I know a lot of people are going to like you. Last question.
Yes.
If people want to contact you about acting, or like where to find you, or just a little bit more curiosity about who you are, do you have a website?
I don't know if I want people to find me. I don't know. Who's looking for me?
Just friends and family, and like the 10 people that listen to this podcast.
Let's see.
I'm your unofficial agent, so we'll just say
all right.
Unofficial agent. So if anybody wants to know more about Tova, I'll just filter your information.
Facebook.
What's your Facebook address?
What is my Facebook address?
You just got on Facebook.
Oh my goodness, Instagram. I know. It's been a couple of months. And I haven't been on in like 2 weeks. The messages are piling up.
Your notifications are like off the
I know.
walls,
They're
right?
like 20-something. Let's see. I'm on Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
What? Oh my God. Toava.
Okay.
I don't even know my Instagram name.
You gotta get with. Well, I can't talk.
Well, see, the thing is, my name is spelled Toava.
Yes.
So if you're looking for me on Facebook, then it will be Toava.
Okay.
And not Tova.
Okay. So Toava.
Ferdinand.
Boom. And it's a wrap, people. We'll end it there.